Are you smart with money? Or do you just think you are? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Being intelligent doesn't automatically make you financially successful. You can get a degree from a top school, crush it at your job, and still be broke after payday. You might earn 6 figures and still feel like you're constantly behind. Why? Because financial success isn't about how smart you are. It's about how aware you are. It's not about being perfect. It's about building the right habits. So, in this video, we're going deep into the psychology of money. Not theory, not fluff. Real, practical mindset shifts and strategies that smart people use to save, spend, and build long-term wealth. Let's get into it. 1. Money isn't logical, it's emotional. You might think you're good with numbers. Maybe you even budget down to the cent. But when it comes to money, logic rarely drives our choices. Ever bought something online late at night just because you had a bad day? Or avoid checking your account because you were scared of what you'd see? That's not logic. That's emotion, stress, anxiety, boredom, or even guilt. Here's the key. Smart people don't rely on willpower, they rely on systems. They know emotions are powerful. So instead of fighting them, they build guardrails. They automate savings so they don't have to feel motivated to save. They set spending rules that align with their values, not just fixed budgets. They use psychological hacks like separate accounts for spending versus saving. Because emotional spending isn't a personal flaw. It's human. Smart savers just plan for it. And when emotion is high, logic is low. So rather than waiting for motivation, they create routines that do the heavy lifting. Wealth isn't built in bursts. It's built in systems that work when you don't feel like it. 2. They define what enough means to them. In a world that constantly screams, more, smart people quietly ask, what's enough? Enough income? Enough stuff? Enough status? This is one of the most underrated money skills. Most people are trapped in a never-ending race, keeping up with neighbors, influencers, coworkers. But smart savers define success on their own terms. Instead of upgrading their lifestyle every time their income increases, they upgrade their freedom. Freedom to walk away from a toxic job. Freedom to take time off without financial stress. Freedom to say no without guilt. They understand that every dollar they don't spend buys a bit more independence. So they ask, what really adds value to my life? What would I regret not doing 10 years from now? And they spend based on that, not pressure, not comparison, not impulse. That's how they avoid lifestyle creep. That's how they stay ahead quietly. 3. They use money as a tool, not a trophy. Let's talk about the difference between looking rich and being rich. The flashy car, the designer bag, the 5-star vacation you can't really afford. These are trophies. They look good, but they don't build anything. Smart people don't see money as something to show off. They see it as a tool, something to use to build a better life. They invest in things that generate more. Courses and books that grow their skill set. Businesses and index funds that build long-term value. Experiences that bring joy, not just likes. Meanwhile, the loudest spender in the room, often the most financially fragile. Because wealth is quiet. Wealth is peace of mind, not possessions. And smart people don't chase applause. They chase freedom. 4. They respect the power of time. Want to know the real secret to wealth? It's not crypto. It's not real estate flipping. It's not even a 6-figure salary. It's time. Smart savers understand that even a small amount of money invested early can turn into something massive. Let's break this down. If you invest just $200 per month starting at age 25 and earn 8% annually, by the time you're 65, you'll have over $600,000. If you wait until you're 40 to start, you'd need to invest almost triple to catch up. That's the power of compound interest. It's slow, it's boring, and that's exactly why it works. Smart people don't wait for the right time to start investing. They start with what they have, and let time do the rest. They're not checking stock prices daily or jumping on trends. They're building wealth quietly, consistently, and early. 5. They spend intentionally, not just frugally. Here's something people often get wrong. Being smart with money doesn't mean saying no all the time. It means saying yes, strategically. Smart spenders know what they value, and they align their money accordingly. They don't cut everything. They just cut what doesn't matter, so they can spend big on what does. For example, they'll skip dozens of takeout orders, but happily spend $1,000 on a course that upgrades their career. They won't buy new clothes every month, but they'll invest in therapy, coaching, or travel with loved ones. They spend where their life expands, not just where they get a quick dopamine hit. This isn't frugality. This is value-based spending. And here's the truth. You're allowed to enjoy your money. Just make sure you're enjoying it on purpose. 6. They track progress, not just expenses. Here's a bonus that most people miss. Smart savers don't just budget. They track their progress like a fitness journey. They know their net worth, debt payoff timeline, investment growth, emergency fund level. Why? Because progress is motivating. When you see your savings go from $1,000 to $2,000, that momentum builds confidence. You start thinking, I can do this. Tracking helps you stay on course, especially when things feel slow. It also helps you make adjustments early, before small issues become big ones. If you treat your finances like a game you're trying to win, you'll stick with it longer. Smart people gamify their progress, not just restrict their spending. 7. They build habits, not just plans. You can read every finance book on the planet. You can make the perfect spreadsheet. But if you don't build habits, it won't last. Smart people understand that systems beat motivation. They create auto transfers to savings after payday, weekly money dates to check in, scheduled reviews of subscriptions and expenses. They don't try to remember to save. They make it automatic. And over time, these habits compound into wealth. Because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So, are you actually smart with money? Let's recap. Smart savers manage their emotions, not just their spreadsheets. They automate, invest early, spend intentionally, define their version of enough, use money as a tool, not a trophy, and play the long game. None of this is about being perfect. It's about being aware. So here's your challenge. What's one money habit you can shift this week? Drop it in the comments below. And if this video helped you rethink your money mindset even a little, hit that like button and share it with someone you care about. Don't forget to subscribe to Passive Vault for more practical, psychological-backed financial tips every week. Because it's not about how much you make. It's about how well you think. Thanks for watching.